You will date this famous person very soon, but keep quiet. In the stillness of this moment, heaven has chosen you. God has seen your silent prayers, and your angels have moved into position because what is about to happen in your life carries divine importance. This is not coincidence. This is prophecy unfolding right before your eyes. If you are hearing this message right now, it is because your spirit was called to receive a truth hidden from the ordinary world. Your time of divine alignment has arrived, and your guardian angels need you to stay calm, stay quiet, and stay open. Do not scroll away, because what is being revealed could change the path of your destiny forever. God says to you now, the one meant for you is already near, and they carry a great name. The person who enters your life soon will not be ordinary. This individual's presence will be impossible to ignore, because they carry a level of fame and influence that reaches millions. But you will see beyond the lights, the cameras, the public admiration. You will see their soul. And in your silence, in your obedience to divine timing, this connection will be anointed. If your spirit feels something stirring right now, comment Amen to claim it. Type 1111 if you feel the energy of alignment resonating through you, because these numbers are no accident. They are confirmation that your angels are whispering, it's time. For so long, you have walked through tests disguised as heartbreaks. You have wondered why God kept you apart from those who looked perfect but treated your heart carelessly. You thought the delay meant rejection, but heaven was protecting you from counterfeit connections. Now, that waiting season has purpose. What looked like silence was divine preparation. Your angels were adjusting your energy, clearing your spirit, and making your heart ready for someone of extraordinary vibration. A famous soul is being guided toward you, drawn not by physical attraction, but by spiritual recognition. Comment 222 if you feel that the next chapter of your life will not just include love, but divine partnership. Your twin flame, your destined counterpart, your heaven-chosen connection, this person sees beyond the surface. This message is filled with divine symbolism, and it's not by chance that you are reading or listening to it now. The angels say that in the upcoming season, your energy will attract attention, admiration, and influence. It's not you chasing fame, it's your light radiating in such strong frequency that it aligns with someone already walking the path of visibility. God says, you will date this famous person very soon, but keep quiet. The silence is sacred. The secrecy is protection. There will be people who will not understand your blessing. Some will question your worth, and others will spread rumors. But your angels remind you that divine unions do not need public approval. Heaven's confirmation is far greater than human validation. When that person appears, your spirit will recognize them immediately. Something in their eyes will look familiar, their energy will feel like home, and your soul will whisper, "This is the one." Those who are meant to hear this will feel a wave of peace washing over them right now. If you feel that, type 777 to align with divine luck and manifestation energy. These numbers symbolize rapid blessings coming your way, blessings that carry the fingerprints of God. You've gone through enough to know that not every love is holy. You've seen charm used as disguise, affection used as manipulation, and attention used as distraction. But this next person operates differently. They are spiritually awakened, humbled by fame, longing for authenticity. And you, chosen child of light, will be that anchor of truth in their busy world. You'll bring stillness to their noise, clarity to their confusion, calm to their chaos. That's why your angels are saying, do not speak of this prematurely. Let it grow in silence. Let God reveal His glory through divine timing. This message carries frequency. As you hear it, your vibration shifts. Your angels are repairing broken trust, realigning your energy toward love, and opening your aura to attract divine partnership. You are no longer resonating with pain or confusion. You are vibrating in the frequency of destiny. Say, I receive this message, in the comments to activate the blessing through faith. God's hand is on your love story, and your role in this plan is sacred. Some of you will cross paths with this person through unexpected circumstances. You may meet through work, creative projects, travel, or even online connections. But no matter how it begins, it will feel like destiny disguised as coincidence. Your guardian angel wants you to understand this critical truth. Not all that glitters is gold, but when something divine glows, the spirit within you will know it instantly. You will not chase, you will attract. You will not beg, you will align. And when the moment arrives, every unanswered prayer will make sense. Right now, your vibration is being elevated. The universe is aligning coincidences in your favor. You may see repeating numbers, 1111 on clocks, 333 on signs, 444 in unexpected places. These are not random. They are angel codes confirming that your love manifestation is active. Every time you see them, pause, take a breath, and whisper, "Thank you, God, for aligning my destiny." This is your season of divine notice. Heaven has stamped your name on a timeline of love that carries both purpose and influence. You were destined not just to love but to inspire. That's why this connection involves someone known, admired, and often misunderstood. Underneath their fame is a soul seeking truth, and your light will guide them home. When this person arrives, they'll recognize your calm energy. Despite their status, they'll feel small in your presence because your spirit carries the magnitude of grace they've never known. You will heal parts of them they never spoke about publicly. Their appreciation will be silent at first, but gradually their admiration will turn into devotion. This is how God restores balance, by placing His chosen ones into connections that carry spiritual authority, not just emotional chemistry. For those feeling weary or doubting that this could be true for them, your angels urge patience. Divine timing is never late. You are being refined, not rejected. Say 999 in the comments to symbolize closure of old cycles and readiness for divine beginnings. The angels are applauding your growth. They've seen every tear, every heartbreak, and every silent prayer whispered in your darkest hour. Now heaven is preparing a public blessing for your private suffering. The air is different now. Can you feel it? It's not the frantic, hopeful energy of before, the kind that leaves you breathless and aching. This is something quieter, deeper, a current running beneath the surface of your everyday life. It is the hum of divine machinery at work, the silent, meticulous preparation of a season ordained for you since the beginning. Your last relationship was a lesson, a landscape you had to cross to learn the topography of your own heart. Where your boundaries should be mountains, and your compassion a river. It taught you the ache of misalignment, the hollow sound of a connection that was not built on the bedrock of purpose. But this is different. This one is not a lesson, it is a legacy. It is not a chapter, it is a new volume in the epic of your life, and the author has already written the final page in glory. When you walk into this season, the first and most sacred instruction is to remain humble. Do not boast. Do not rush to the rooftops, whether in person or in the digital squares of the world, to announce what heaven has only just begun to whisper. There is a profound and necessary secrecy to divine operations. Heaven works best in the quiet, in the unseen places where faith, not sight, is the governing principle. Even as curiosity swirls around you, from friends who wonder why you've grown so quiet, from family who asks if you've met someone, from your own mind that clamors for confirmation. You must understand that silence is not a passive state. It is your most powerful weapon. It is the shield you raise around a sacred promise, protecting the tender seed of this blessing from the harsh winds of opinion, doubt, and premature exposure. This is a test of stewardship. God is assessing your ability to protect what He blesses. Can you be trusted with a great love? A great destiny? The measure of that trust is often found in your capacity to hold it in the quiet chamber of your heart, to let it grow in the dark soil of secrecy until it is strong enough to withstand the glare of the world. When you stay quiet, heaven multiplies. Your silence is the fertile ground where the miracle expands. Every time you resist the urge to dissect it with a friend, to post a cryptic message about it, to seek external validation for what you feel internally, you are pouring water on that seed. You are declaring to the universe, my faith is enough. I do not need the world to see it to know it is real. And in that declaration, the roots grow deeper, the foundation becomes unshakable. Now, speak this aloud. Let the words leave your lips and vibrate in the air around you, for sound creates form. I am aligned with divine timing. I attract love that honors my soul. I move in silence, trusting God's plan. Do not let these be just phrases you read and forget. They are not affirmations in the modern, diluted sense of the word. They are incantations. They are vibrations that, when uttered with conviction, begin to rewrite the very code of your destiny. Your words are architectural tools, you are building the reality you will soon inhabit. The universe is not a passive observer. It is a conscious listener, and it responds not to your whims, but to the frequency of your faith. When faith speaks, the molecular structure of your future begins to shift and rearrange itself in accordance with that belief. You will begin to notice subtle tugs on your spirit. An inexplicable urge to visit a certain cafe you never go to attend a workshop you just heard about, to take a different route on your evening walk. Do not dismiss these impulses as random. This is divine guidance in its purest form. It is the shepherd leading his sheep, not with a shout, but with a gentle pressure on the heart. You are being led, step by intuitive step, toward a divine connection. Do not question it with logic, move with the trust of a child being led by a parent in the dark. You may not see the entire path, but the one holding your hand does. And know this, even now, before any physical meeting has occurred, an energetic conversation is already underway. Your higher self, the truest, most eternal version of you, is in constant communion with the soul of your destined partner. Signals are being exchanged in the realm of spirit. Dreams, synchronicities, and sudden feelings of profound peace are the echoes of this dialogue. You might feel a wave of love for no reason, or a sense of being deeply understood even in your solitude. This is not your imagination. It is the merging of your auras in the unseen, preparing the way for the physical merger. The more you stay grounded in prayer, in meditation, in acts of self-care and spiritual awareness, the clearer these signals become, and the faster this ethereal blueprint solidifies into tangible reality. There will be tests. This is a non-negotiable part of the process. Just before a major breakthrough, the universe often presents a final exam to ensure you have truly learned the lessons of the past. Distractions will appear in attractive packaging. Old flames may flicker back into your inbox, offering the familiar comfort of a connection you have outgrown. New, intriguing people may arrive, full of charisma and promise, but something in your spirit will feel a slight dissonance, a quiet alarm. These are counterfeit connections, sent not by God, but by the enemy of your peace, designed to lure you off your path right before you reach your destination. Your task is to guard your peace with ferocity. Protect the sanctuary of your heart. Do not entertain what feels familiar but not anointed. Remember, the enemy would not be sending decoys if the real thing was not incredibly close. Your angels are with you in this. Feel their presence as a warmth around your shoulders, a sudden calm in a moment of chaos. Their wings are covering your path, softening the ground beneath your feet, and orchestrating encounters in the background. They are constantly whispering reminders to your spirit. Love is not something you chase. It is something you become. You have spent so long trying to become worthy of love, perfecting your profile, rehearsing your stories, contorting yourself to fit an imagined ideal. That season is over. Now, your only work is to radiate. To become a living embodiment of love, kindness, and unshakable authenticity. As you do this, your vibration shifts. It becomes a powerful, magnetic frequency that does not beg or plead, but simply calls forth the one who is a match. This is not the law of attraction as a mere strategy, this is spiritual magnetism, a divine law that is as real as gravity. It aligns those who are vibrating in the same truth. When the time is revealed, you will not need a billboard or a fireworks display to confirm it. The world may expect a dramatic, movie-style meeting, but heaven often works in a whisper. You will feel a divine calm, a profound and settling peace that descends upon your heart. This is the truest sign. It will not be the adrenaline of infatuation, which is frantic and fearful. It will be the deep, still waters of soul-level recognition. There will be an ease that defies explanation. You will not have to force their attention, manipulate situations, or play games. Their soul will naturally revolve around yours, not out of obsession, but out of a natural, gravitational pull toward home. The conversation will feel like remembering, not like learning. The silence between you will feel comfortable, like a shared prayer. For those of you still holding on to a thread of uncertainty, your faith is enough, but heaven is generous with its signs. Pay attention in the days after receiving this message. You will see a confirmation, a name that repeats in unexpected places, a symbol that has personal significance, or a cascade of repeating numbers like 111, 444, or most potently, 333. These triple digits are the fingerprints of the angelic realm, a numerical embrace confirming their presence on your journey. Every time you see them and acknowledge them, you are tuning your spirit to the frequency of alignment, of love, of wealth, and of divine opportunity. When you see your sign, do not shout. Whisper quietly, in a moment between you and God, I see it. I receive it. This simple, humble acknowledgement is the act of reaching out your hand and taking the blessing. It anchors the ethereal promise into the soil of your reality. This is not a fantasy. This is not a comforting bedtime story meant to soothe you for a few hours and then fade with the morning light. This is divine alignment. What is unfolding around you, quietly, invisibly, steadily, is the intricate, masterful work of a God who orchestrates the movements of galaxies and the beating of human hearts with the same gentle precision. When heaven designs a moment, nothing on earth can interrupt it. When God aligns two paths, not even the noise of the world, the doubts of your mind, or the delays of circumstance can undo what was divinely written. Your faith is the activator. Not your effort. Not your fear. Not your impatience. Faith is the spark that brings to life what your physical eyes cannot yet see, because spiritual truth always exists before physical manifestation. You have been walking through a season where nothing seems to move, nothing seems to speak, nothing seems to shift. And yet in the unseen realm, everything is being rearranged on your behalf. Heaven's movements have never been based on human schedules. They do not bow to deadlines, fear, insecurity, or logic. They operate in the secrecy of perfect timing, choosing moments that no algorithm can predict, no astrologer can calculate, and no force of will can hasten. This is why your silence is sacred. Your quietness is not emptiness, it is agreement. When you refuse to complain, when you resist the urge to overshare, when you choose not to seek validation from those who cannot understand the weight of your calling, you declare, I trust your timing more than my own desperation. Your silence is your spiritual signature. It is your yes to God without needing applause from people. And it is in that silence that heaven plants seeds, rearranges paths, softens hearts, and aligns circumstances that will later appear to be coincidences. But they are not. They are the footprints of God. As this connection begins to manifest in the physical world, slowly at first, then suddenly, remember the spiritual principles that carried you to this threshold. Humility attracts expansion. The moment your heart becomes boastful, the moment you feel the urge to prove something to others, the miracle begins to shrink. Miracles cannot survive in the soil of pride. They thrive only in hearts that know the blessing is not earned by superiority but granted through surrender. Stay grounded. Stay soft. Stay grateful. Gratitude invites multiplication. Every time you thank God for what is coming, as though it is already here, you breathe life into the promise. You magnify its presence. You prepare a home for it. Gratitude is not denial, it is spiritual preparation. It is telling heaven, I recognize what you are doing, even if it is hidden from my eyes. And silence guards fulfillment. Protect this unfolding blessing. Keep it close. Let it grow in the secrecy of prayer and stillness. Do not expose it to voices that speak from fear, jealousy, or misunderstanding. There is a reason God whispered this to you in the quiet, because the quiet is where things are safest. When it is time, God will release a nudge so clear, so unmistakable, that you will know exactly when to reveal what He has been building privately. For what begins in the hidden, quiet places of faith and obedience often ends in a public glory that echoes into generations. When the world finally sees what God has been shaping behind the scenes, it will not testify to your worthiness, it will testify to His faithfulness. That will be the beauty of it. The transformation will be so undeniable that no human explanation will make sense. People will say, only God could have done that. You are chosen. Not in an elitist, arrogant, or exclusive way, but in a deeply personal, intimate, divinely intentional way. Heaven placed a mark on you long before you understood its meaning. You were selected for this specific love, this specific miracle, this specific moment in time. Everything you lost, everything you endured, everything you kept in silence while your heart broke in private, it shaped you for what you are now being prepared to receive. You are protected by a heavenly host that sees the end from the beginning. They have watched you walk through valleys you didn't deserve, battles you never asked for, and storms that would have drowned anyone else. They know how many nights you cried trying to convince yourself that the delay wasn't rejection. They know how many times you whispered prayers you barely had the strength to speak. And they know how many moments you chose faith even when your flesh wanted to give up. You are seen. Every silent tear. Every whispered prayer. Every act of faith when all evidence was against you. Nothing was wasted. Nothing went unnoticed. And for those dreaming of a love that seems, by the world's standards, unreachable, the love that feels too big, too distant, too impossible, hear this clearly: nothing is impossible in the hands of a God who makes entire universes expand simply by speaking. For those of you who feel a connection to someone who seems beyond your reach, a famous person, a public figure, someone whose life is surrounded by crowds and spotlight, know that divine energy is already at work in realms you cannot see. The distance you feel is an illusion. In the realm of spirit, there is no hierarchy of souls. God does not measure human worth by fame, platforms, status, or wealth. He measures heart, purpose, alignment, and destiny. And sometimes the soul you think is far above you is actually standing right beside you in the spirit, walking the same emotional road, fighting the same internal battles, and searching desperately for the kind of peace you carry naturally. That person is being prepared right now. Softened. Humbled. Redirected. Their spirit is being tuned like an instrument so it can resonate with yours. Just as your soul is awakening to its purpose, theirs is being made receptive to your frequency. They are being guided toward you, even if they're unaware of it. They are being pulled into alignment by the unseen hand of God, who knows how to connect two people who were always meant to find each other. You will not have to chase them. You will not have to become someone you are not. You will not have to force your way into their world or fight for their attention. Divine love does not require manipulation. It does not demand performance. It simply aligns. Your authenticity. Your quiet strength, your gentle resilience, your ability to remain soft despite everything you've endured, will become a beacon they cannot ignore. The world may celebrate their outer shine, but their soul will gravitate to your inner light. And your inner light is the one thing they have not been able to find in crowds, noise, fame, or material success. You will carry a peace they have been searching for without even knowing your name. This is your angel message. This is not imagination. This is not delusion. This is not fantasy. This is alignment. This is the divine blueprint for your heart, unfolding in real time. It is a story written in the ink of promise, signed by destiny, and sealed with the signet ring of heaven itself. Heaven does not speak lightly. When God reveals something to your heart repeatedly, persistently, and quietly, it is because He intends to complete it. Hold it close. Nurture it in the quiet. Water it with gratitude. Protect it from the eyes of those who sow doubt. Rest in the assurance that what God has written cannot be unwritten. And watch with a calm heart and a surrendered spirit, as the unbelievable becomes your walking, talking, hand-holding reality. What begins in silence will, in its perfect time, end in a glory that echoes into eternity. And when it happens, you will not say, "Look what I manifested." You will say, with trembling gratitude, "Look what God kept His promise to do."